I absolutely blame you for this.
Always your fault.
What do you know? Get your ass to Mars.
Mission.
Wait.
15, counting. 14, 13. All systems are go. 11, 10.
I am the J Tyler. Got to have time to masturbate.
Well, I think it kind of speaks for itself. He just goes completely anti-science. I see money for naughty favors. Where's that mushroom toy?
You're a cunt now. You've always been a cunt.
I guess he's not being charged for hollering at them about masturbation and threats.
The only thing that's going to change is you're going to become an even bigger cunt. When I have ideas, I just write them down.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the 11. I'm the J Tyler.
I am your Miss Parker.
And the studio is not built yet, of course.
It's partly built.
By the way, this thing makes for fun.
I got him to try to kill himself by singing a penis song.
This thing is dangerous. It will say whatever you want. So, if you want us to sing...
Fuck you, man.
See, amateur status right there. This thing is rogue. Last night on Dr. Z had it singing German.
I hadn't played with him in so long. I just thought, oh my God. He's possessed and he's multilingual. It's evidence of possession. Speaking a language he's never heard.
So we're going to play with this thing. If you guys got anything you want this to say.
Shut the fuck up, Jay. Shut the fuck up, Jay.
Drop the bass. Boom.
Okay, you've had enough.
Fine. That thing is...
I'm cutting you off.
Well, you did bring it. Have you ever stepped in an anthill?
No, but I did step on a hornet's nest. I ran through a hornet's nest. It was almost as bad as this.
You can turn that off or let it just... No, let it play.
No, let it play.
I was thinking about stepping in an anthill. You gotta turn that off. Turn me off, turn me off, turn me off.
Turn me off, turn me off, turn me off.
This thing will record for approximately 5 seconds.
I did step in a hornet's nest once. We were, I was at Campfire Girl Camp, and we were hiking.
Were you wearing that dress?
No, this would have been a little big on me back then. I was only like 10 or 11 years old. Yeah, actually, yeah, Hornet Girls. Okay. We were walking up this hill to watch the sunrise. So it was already annoying because they dragged us out of bed really early. It was kind of torture, you know. And so we're walking up this hill, and all of a sudden, a bunch of girls start screaming because they're being stung, and someone yells, "Hornets, run!"
Expect to have to issue subpoenas.
Yeah. So we all went running, and it was like Jaws. One by one, they fell. Girls getting stung.
You would have think they would have gone for you being that you were.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I was really skinny, so I was hard to...
You were weaving in.
Yeah, it was. And then we had to jump over. There was this huge...
Hornet smash.
There was this gorge that we had to jump over. And I remember there was a grown woman in front of me, and I was so desperate to get away from the hornets. I shoved her, and she jumped, like, get out of my way! And I shoved her. And she jumped, and I jumped, and I almost didn't make it. I almost fell in the hole, but it was traumatic.
I was listening to an entire podcast about ants. And of course, the conversation comes to like fire ants. Like, have you ever stepped in one of those?
No, I have not. And we
Like, your
don't
foot
really,
just sinks in, and you're like, "Shit, that's how much time you have."
as Dana Carvey imitating Ross Perot would say, when am I going to die?
Not covered by fucking fire ants. So I was just thinking about I was thinking about Christmas time. And here at Nothing Yet Live, by the way, hope that camera's working okay.
It seems to be.
Um yeah, around this time of year things happen. And so I start to think about things. And I remember like I was new to Alabama, as one is.
Is that when you moved there? Was it at Christmas time?
Around well, it was just after February.
Oh God, you
So
came right in the middle of the school year. That
and I
sucks.
stepped right in an anthill.
Oh, and you were
And
from California, so you're not used to the deadly
I'm like,
beasts.
that's cool. That's an anthill for about 1 second.
Jay Tyler was not used to living in a place where nature can kill you.
Also, where you don't know if your kin that lives next to you. Like, oh, we're related. Didn't know that.
I was going to say it was a good thing you were too young
Well,
to be
I'm knee deep.
chasing girls,
Meanwhile,
but
meanwhile, I'm knee deep in a in this
NA
fire
in your
anthill.
case.
You can step right through 'em. So I'm just like burning to death. And yeah,
Did you hear my stomach? Oh my God. Go ahead.
was that
That was my stomach.
sounded like somebody pulling up a trash can.
It sounds like Predator.
Anyway, instantly covered with fire ants. So if you've ever stepped in a fire ant hill, that was no fun. Um, since this is a new year, I'm not sure that Hope Craft CBDs could help you if you stepped balls deep into an anthill. But if you
Balls
have,
deep?
oh, I mean,
You'd need heroin for
I
that.
was a
honey.
small kid.
You'd still need heroin for that.
Now, these fire ant hills are like this.
But they're really collapsible, right? So you just sink right into it because it's loose dirt.
So much fun.
So did you scream?
No, I went, ow, that hurt. And then I rubbed them off. Turns out that's what you're supposed to do. Thank God Alabama in the 80s was dry.
So how do you get them all off of you? I
You
mean,
just brush them off.
you brush them all off, but they don't go on your hands and try to eat.
Oh,
your-
no, they do that too. But then you just brush
But
them
then how long does the pain last after?
off. A while.
Hours? Days?
I don't know. I mean, I was told in the Alabama dialect that it was a while.
It was a while.
Yeah, it'd be a while.
That's very precise in Alabamian. Yeah.
Hey,
Everybody
you
in
would
Alabama knows what a while means.
this last year was a pain in my ass. And so I started to think about, like, of course, after Francis and whatnot, I just thought about things like, you ever stepped in an anthill? Well, this last couple of years probably feels like you stepped in an anthill. I don't know what to tell you. Same thing I've been telling other people, like, get vaccinated, like, do your thing. But it's an anthill. Like, you stepped in an anthill. We have collectively stepped in an anthill.
I feel lucky. I don't feel like I stepped in an anthill
You're
yet.
brushing it off.
I don't feel it. I guess
Yeah.
I've had
Well, it's not the next day. Like, we haven't felt the sting,
we haven't. Other people have.
but
I mean, you had a bad year.
well, no, I'm saying we
Well-
haven't felt the sting. Like, we haven't. It's always the next day. You can brush them off. You can do whatever you need to, but as we claw our way out of the dirt into 2022, what do? You ready?
Yeah.
I mean, I was waiting for you.
Yeah. No, what are we going to do? I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well, tell these people what you're going to do.
I'm just going to hide out the way I have been and hope I don't get stung and hope I don't step in an anthill. The virus is getting closer and closer to me. It's like, I don't want to use a war metaphor, but I will. I feel like I'm stepping through a minefield and the explosions are getting closer and closer.
But that's really, I mean, that's a realistic metaphor to put it in those terms that we understand. But realistically, it's like, um, if I wear a mask and get vaccinated, then I'm probably going to be okay. But once you start thinking about, it's like, oh, I talked to this guy today, and now I'm going to talk to you. That's where it gets sketchy, and then you take it, and then it's like, oh, now you're gonna talk to Forrest, and you're gonna talk to Mr. Parker. Like that's all that. Like you're just like shit. It's like AIDS gone viral, right? Like,
Well, the thing that goes through my head is I had
well, I mean, imagine
mononucleosis.
if AIDS was spread by air.
Can you imagine the panic? I mean, there were people who did think it was spread that way. I mean, they would get within 10 feet of a gay person and they would say, oh my God, I'm going to get the AIDS. Do you know how many hate crimes we can probably pin on the AIDS epidemic?
But you can't do that with this.
No, you can't. So I guess the crazy people do something else. They deny it and say it's a conspiracy
We
until they
spent
get
the la-
sick.
This is the funny thing is that for the last 2 years, we have spent just picking over this. I mean, me, certainly you. Your Miss Parker smashes cameras.
Smashes what?
Smashes camera phones. Because you were like, I don't want to talk. And
Oh, right. Yeah, throws them under the couch.
I lost.
Because if my phone disappears, then so does he.
It's just like
It's how you disappear Jay Tyler.
the problem is that I've disappeared you guys all way in advance. No, I mean, people are dying. It's the same thing. It's the new year. And here or nothing alive, man. The lesson comes at the end. And I've got a lesson for you. I decided I would do it. That'll be in the fourth segment. But here on this segment, we're talking about like, I think 22 is going to be a good year. Like, the only way to get through this is the way that we've gotten through it already. If you've masked up and you've been vaccinated, then you're still sitting here with us. If you haven't,
TikTok.
man, keep in touch with Miss Parker because she loves to hear about you guys dying. That's gonna be our next segment too. 'Cause you got some famous last tweets for us.
Oh, I forgot about famous last
look at this.
tweets.
I have like today. I've been working this weekend. I've been working on the studio, and so I've been waiting for whatever. I'm sorry. Go.
You're waiting for my body to show up so
Yeah,
that you can see
exact-
how
measure
the feng shui,
exactly. Oh, you don't understand.
get the feng shui just
Gotta
right.
get it just right.
Hey, you know what I did this weekend?
No,
I
bet
looked
you're
at
gonna tell us.
penises. I
You
was
looked at
I was
penis-
inundated
Did
with
you see-
penises.
You look-
That's a story.
We'll talk about that in the next segment. Shit.
Maybe in the fourth segment.
Blah, 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 blah.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I can't believe I said that out loud.
By the way, you guys, this segment is brought to you. Oh, wait for it, because that's going to come next. You want to do? Hey, we'll do Hope Craft CBDs.
Right now?
You want to?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, the first segment, as always, is brought to you by Hope Crab CBDs. Jackson
The
Tyne
next
and
line
Ta-
is yours.
I know. Jackson Tyne and Tammy Tyne are constantly working on improving the sustainability of their farms. They care about the environment, they care about climate change, and most of all, they care about you.
Hopecraft CBDs has been more than 11 years in the making. I'm a little rusty here myself.
Veteran owned and family owned.
They make delicious candy and massage oil, salve, and tinctures. Visit hopext.com. That's
But their candies come in flavors like root beer, anus, cinnamon,
peppermint, berry, citrus.
all the delicious flavors of the sun.
Jay hasn't been eating them lately.
No, basically, I've been eating like ice cream and granola bars. Ice cream and granola bars mixed with Hopecraft CBDs make for a delicious treat.
If you eat the Hopecraft CBDs, you will crave the granola bars because the granola bars are sweet and crunchy and remind one of one's childhood.
Oh, you got me.
Visit hopext.com. That's HOPEXT.com.
Enter promo code STFUJ for up to 30% off. Check them out. Jackson Tyne and Tammy Tyne. Oh, it's right there. Well, that was about perfect.
You don't want to talk about woof woof?
See, do you want to do that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Well, I need props.
Where's the props? I didn't know you needed props. You need nibbles?
Yeah.
Nibbles.
Let's do it to start off the next one.
Okay.
All right.
The next segment is Dick of the Week, but we're going to start it off with
We have a new sponsor. Dog. New sponsor coming up in a minute. Look, I look like a character.
You look like a Florida man. And we have a Florida man coming back in the 4th segment. So stay tuned for that.
I am the G. Tyler.
I am your Ms. Parker.
This is Nothing Out Loud.
It is not.
Perfect. When you end it